So this guy's called Bruce Rivers. He's a criminal lawyer on YouTube who reacts to a lot of like public criminal cases, right? And he breaks them down in legal terms. So this is actually a criminal lawyer reacting to evidence against Tate, right? I think this was before it was actually announced that he had been charged, and he was just like kind of investigating the evidence, right? It's good we're going to do this first, actually, because I think this may have the bits of evidence that I wanted to show. For some people, like, oh, there's no evidence against him. There's no evidence. This is a crazy thing I find in today's culture, right? We feel like we should know what the evidence is all the time. Back in the day when you read a newspaper, so-and-so has been charged, you just knew they had the evidence to know that. Now we're starting to expect that we're supposed to see it. You're not supposed to see evidence from a court case, bro. That ruins the court case. It makes people get off, yeah? But if they have, in this case, strangely enough, because the guy's so public, there is bits out there that we can actually analyze and work out is real evidence for ourselves, like this guy's about to do, right? So this is actually one of the like very rare cases where we do know for a fact there's extreme evidence. But just on a bigger picture, we're not supposed to always know that there's evidence. I mean, like, not be able to see the evidence. So, all right, criminal lawyer reacts.
But before we get to that, this is brought to you by eSign.com. eSign.com. eSign.com is an effective way to remotely sign documents and execute your business so you don't have any interruptions in your operations. For example, let's say you're trying to flee a sex trafficker and you want to write a book now because what you said was true and you want to prove your case. Well, you've got a publisher, but you have no way to sign it because you're in London and they're in the United States. So what do? You log on to the app. You get
I didn't want to show your marketing part of your video, bro. We're trying to. I gotta learn to skip these bits, yeah. Sponsor. That whole section sponsor. Yeah, let's get past sponsor, bro.
This is what you.
We're not getting paid for that.
I'm going to play a couple videos for you of Andrew Tate. His thing is all about manipulation, control, deception, making the girls believe that you love them. Listen to this.
You will fucking, at some point in your future of webcamming, go on a date with a girl who's you can tell is a complete whore. And you're going to be lazy. Because I've done it myself, and I thought, this girl's fucking slow. And just before you even bang her, you just say, look, have you ever tried webcam? Because you're busy. You want her to work. You don't care about anything else. You have enough sex at home. It's not about sex. Now it's about money. And you get lazy and and even though she's the biggest hoe in the world, she starts coming at you with some virtue bullshit. I would never do that. Hey, you're freaking horrible. You're disgusting. And then she'll run off and fuck some other guy she meets first night. These girls are that stupid that they think it's okay to go fuck a guy they barely know, but it's wrong to show their tits for money because girls are that dumb. So don't do that. You have to fuck the girls first. Fuck them first. So your bottom bitch has to know you're gonna be out there fucking hoes.
Control them with sex first.
Know it. So look, we're gonna.
So obviously this is like showing how he's actually breaking down his criminal enterprise of trafficking women. But I got a comment saying, do I think Andrew Tate will get a guilty verdict, guilty conviction? I have no kind of belief in the criminal justice system. I don't know what it's like in Romania. I wouldn't trust it in this country to convict anyone of sex crimes. The criminal justice system seems to be run by people who are probably Nazis themselves and paedophiles, and they seem to protect each other. And that is one of the least convicted crimes. But having said that, Andrew Tate himself has said that he thinks he's going to get a guilty conviction. I'm pretty sure. As I just said that, I thought, hasn't he said loads of times that I will get off, but I think that might have been previous. I'm pretty sure in one of these more recent interviews, he said himself that he thinks he is going to get a conviction. He said he believes charges will be coming from the UK. And like, every time he does this, it's like his crazy fans see it as some kind of like proof that he's understands the Matrix and look, he knows everything. No, he knows everything because he knows the crimes he's done. He knows the evidence. He can see the evidence that we can't see. That he is seeing the paperwork that they've put together against him, or his lawyers are. Do you know what I'm saying? So the fact he's saying that, I think it might happen. I think he's going to go guilty, or he's going to be convicted guilty.
Run this business together. We're going to grow this business together. Right now, you're on camera and you're doing really good. In a year from now or 2 years from now, I don't want you on camera. I want you typing and the other girls on camera.
Which isn't true. Because if you don't want her on camera, guess what? You lose your revenue stream, right?
Let her sit there. Yeah, career, selling a dream, career progression. All the shit they do in normal jobs to keep the fucking person slaving away. Eventually, you're gonna...
What's the operative word here? Slaving away. Those aren't my words.
Here, we're gonna own this. You're gonna make this much. Blah, blah, blah. But the only way we can do that is if we go have all these threesomes with all these girls, because these girls have to work for us, and they're not gonna work if they don't love me, because they're gonna run off. So the only way me...
So he's worried about running off. Huh.
You, as a team, are gonna be rich people, is if we go get a bunch of girls to suck my dick together. Do you agree? And if you do that right, she'll sit there.
He is such a fucking scumbag. The only way this is gonna work is if you get 2 other girls to suck my dick. Give me a break. So that was one I wanted to show you. The other thing is, let's see. So
I got a comment saying, "Do I think he's guilty of his crimes?" Yeah, I mean, this is the main video that kind of breaks down that it's not even a question. It's a fact. He's guilty of them. Like, this is the evidence. This is evidence of, like, when you look at the actual charges and what the prosecution are accusing him of, and that it was using manipulation of relationships in order to get women to do sex work for him. Like, that's literally how they're wording the charge. And this video, he's literally explaining that that's what he's doing. Maybe some men don't realize those kind of things are charges when formed with, you know, all of the actual details that come with it. As far as the R charge, you know, if it's going to have those leaked, it says chats leaked and all that in this. I don't know if it's in this video. I'll show them myself. Like, the audio of him literally talking about it. He's literally sending voice notes to women, talking about basically how much he love R in them and all this kind of stuff. It's not even debatable.
So let's just watch this video about Vivian, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
At it where I've had girls who say, "Oh, I know you're with Vivian. I know you've been with her a long time. I don't mind. I'll stay out tonight. You two stay."
Listen, Vivian, this part is the most important part, and it's why I actually brought up this video, because it's related to the age stuff. I'm mostly talking about the age stuff today, right? But this is the most important part of the age stuff.
At it where I've had girls who say, "Oh, I know you're with Vivian. I know you've been with her a long time. I don't mind. I'll stay out tonight. You two stay alone." All that shit, but it never lasts long. Because the ones who are really in love with you won't do that. You actually have to downplay your relationship with the girl of 6 years. And I only get away with that because the girl of 6 years plays along. So Vivian's been with me
So he's been with Vivian for 6 years, right?
completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. And we met and we fell, whatever, we're in love. But when a new girl comes, she'll go, "Oh yeah, I started off working for him and, you know, it's just how it worked out."
So Vivian's in on the con, right? And so if you're being deceived, even in the love arena, in order to get you to sex traffic, in order to get you to do the webcam business, it's part of the force, fraud, or coercion.
Super downplay us. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28, Vivian's like 21.
Vivian's 21, and at this point he's been a girlfriend for 6 years. So you do the math. It means that they met when she was 15 years old.
Do you know what I'm saying? The guy's paused, like I said, there's a reaction of a reaction. He paused for me. Do you know what I'm saying? I had to pause. I've randomly paused where it brings up this screenshot as well. Remember, guys, 30 is the first year. 30 is the first year you can legally fuck women half your age. Don't feel old. Life gets better with age. No, Tristan, you can't fuck 15-year-olds at 30. Yeah? Maybe 16-year-olds, that's what you meant, that are just half, you know, as they turn 16. But again, this is just literally, look, these men are just nonsense, like, wild.
Fun, more outgoing.
But yeah, you know, let's pull up on that, yeah. So I told you, I didn't even plan the order I was going to do this in today, but it's mad. We went from him talking about 25-year-old girls, right? To talking about 18, 19-year-old girls, to talking about 16-year-old girls, to talking about a 15-year-old girl who he's been in a relationship with since she was 15, right? And he accidentally exposed that in his own words in this video.
Melissa's really quite, not in a bad way, she's more homey, boring, sits at home. So if you're going to pair a girl with a girl, it's much easier if the girl's fun. So a description of your relationship process with Vivian. So yeah, that's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia. We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England. It's a really long story. I don't want to tell you the whole story. I moved her to England to be with me to start doing my webcam company, which I started. If you don't have a webcam company, you need to look into it, because as soon as you have a couple girls in love with you, it's the fucking easiest money in the world. No, I take that back. It's not easy money. You got to build it up. But once you get girls built up, then it's free money. Like every other business, you got to build it up. But I decided I want to start a webcam business. Vivian's beautiful. I said, look, stop being a waitress. Come here, live with me. She came. Everything was fine for a couple of weeks. Melissa obviously lived in England. They didn't know about each other. They found out. They tried to have a big argument with me. I did exactly as I said, downplayed it, didn't give a shit. Everyone moved in together. Everyone started doing webcam. I was making loads of money. Then we agreed to the split like we said. And that's basically been it. Since then, new girls have come along. Vivian understands that I'm fucking these hoes, but I don't care about these hoes.
So the manipulation involves Vivian. Aside from Andrew Tate's ultra masculinity, let's just call it that, because I think it's just sick, to be honest with you.
Fragile
He has
masculinity.
a penchant for younger girls.
When you run game like me and meet the women who I meet beautiful virgins. I'll do 2 or 3 virgins a year. A virgin when you're an ice cold player. There is a tactic.
When we look at what they're doing,
Do you know what? His brother seems worse than him. His brother is literally using the word virgin. Tate avoids, like Andrew Tate avoids using the word virgin when he's talking about these things. These men are sick men.
you know, they're on this media blitz. They've hired this human rights lawyer. They've come out with these tweets that are very selective in the text logs that they've shown. And it's pretty clear that these 2 girls are trying to get out of the situation and having to act while they're in the situation. And then from what you've seen with Vivian is clearly in on the trafficking. If you remember Jeffrey Epstein, it's really similar to what Ghislaine Maxwell was doing. Because, you know, the girls feel comfortable around other girls, right? And it doesn't seem as threatening. We're going to post this. This was originally, we got this from the Crabman and a couple other places. But look what they're doing. I mean, mostly Eastern European young women who don't have anything and glob onto what they believe is opportunity are used and abused and served like hell. And I know you guys get out of this guy's psyche. He's got absolutely nothing for you. Now, here's the thing. Am I biased against him? I kind of am, you know, and I'm going to tell you that straight away. But for anybody to say they don't have anything against them, they don't have anything, they do. They have a treasure trove. They have a lot. And these girls, I mean, what you saw posted by one of Andrew Tate's cronies was cut and paste job, and it was just to try to make, you know, a public relations campaign. I'm going to show you one more thing that I think is just absolutely hilarious. This is a little video we came across. In fact, I was on this guy's show last week. But this is Andrew Tate's lawyer talking about the Matrix.
When your client was arrested, he said very enigmatically, the Matrix has sent their agents to get me. The Matrix has...
See, he fucking laughed because it's bullshit. The Matrix? You know why? Because there ain't no Matrix. There is. I mean, it's a way to really deflect from your own responsibility of what's going on. You know, because you got a lot of followers, right? You got a lot of guys, you know, who are sitting there with Hustler University or Hustler Worldwide, wherever the fuck he calls it now, sitting in their mother's basement eating Cheetos and staining their underpants, jerking off to this guy. Here's the thing. There is no Matrix. And even his lawyer thinks it's stupid.
Me. Can you explain what he means by that?
I also don't know. I heard the story of Matrix, but I don't know. I have a serious profession and I didn't ask my client about this Matrix story because I think that is about something on media platforms or internet platforms, and I don't know about this story with my.
Your Honor, we would like to file a motion and have the Matrix barred from this courtroom. What would they do? There's no fucking Matrix.
Listen, I don't know what I don't quite agree with him that there's no Matrix. Let me just make that clear. Because there is a system of control out in this world that is out to get people and get the Matrix is actually misogyny. The Matrix is actually racism. It's white supremacy. The way he uses the term Matrix, because it's from a popular film, to try and like entice these young boys to kind of sign up to Hustler University and all of that, it's a bit bait. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously he's not the person the Matrix is after. If anything, he's a guy trying to join the Matrix. He's trying, and he said that. He goes, "I'm not." Like, he talks about the system, and he says he wants to be accepted by it, he wants to be a part of it and have that power. He's openly said that. So it's not like it's a manipulation tactic when it's said by him.
He thinks there is a global system that includes big tech and governments and so on.
Shout out to VM.
To control and
Shout out to VM in the tech in the chat. I just see a message just laughing about when he said, "I also don't know."
Governments and so on. That is trying to control and inhibit the way pretty much everyone lives, and that he has been targeted by them. Some people might even call it the deep state, if you like. He has been targeted by them because he is trying to emancipate.
Give me a fucking break. All he's doing is taking your money and manipulating you, and it's ridiculous.
As his lawyer?
I don't believe that, and I think that if.
Okay, Matrix guys, and I know you're out there, and I'm sure probably gonna get all these bot messages. There's like 4,500 bot messages that just went out not long ago. His own lawyer doesn't believe there's a fucking Matrix. Okay? His own lawyer.
Talking about my client beliefs, you should ask.
Let's be real though, obviously all lawyers are part of the Matrix. Like, I do understand that, including this criminal lawyer Reacts guy, but it is what it is. We're all involved in the Matrix, to be honest. We all pay taxes, we all take part in some way or another.
Him at the proper time about this matter.
That's something you don't do. You don't say, go talk to my client. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
This matter, it doesn't have to do anything with my activity as lawyer.
Well, this has just been our little reaction to some of the blowback that we're getting from the incels who think that they have no evidence against Andrew Tate, and it's all the Matrix out to get him. There is no Matrix. There is evidence. He's got all kinds of criminal problems that are going to surface, and they're going to surface hard. He's already in jail. So, and I stand by my earlier position that he should be entitled to bail, and he should definitely not be incarcerated if he's not charged. So, this is Bruce Rivers. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I love what I do, and I love hearing from you guys.
And that's enough for you. But shout out, what's his guy's name? I just said his name. Chris. Bruce Rivers. I was going to say Chris Rivers. Chris Rivers is Big Punisher's son. But yeah, that's interesting as hell. I think I can't put all the Andrew Tate videos in one thing, so I'm going to come off of the Andrew Tate conversation. The main thing I wanted to establish is that Andrew Tate is a nonce and he's into young girls, and if you guys think that's normal and that's what you look up to and that's what kind of excites you in this world, then so are you, and you need to go and sort your fucking head out and get therapy, and it's as simple as that, really. I was going to show the texts and the voice notes that incriminate him from his UK cases that obviously show that he is guilty. He is guilty of those things, of the R charges, but they're not the R charges he actually has now. They're ones that got dropped here before, but apparently they're being reinvestigated, and even he has said he believes UK charges are coming. But all that lets me, I don't care about charges. It lets me know that he's done them things, yeah, because it shows him saying it himself. And I'm not actually here. Like, people think that I'm here to like call people out, cancel them, all that. I'm not here to do any of that. Yeah, these people ain't even reachable to me. I'm here to address the people around me and in the actual like vicinity who actually do have access to me and regular people, and how this is impacting how you guys talk. Yeah, when you guys are on the internet going, oh, this guy's he's trying to tell the truth, he's trying to, you know, he's exposing them, he's a great guy, like, that shows me, yeah, that shows me that we're in a problem, and that, you know, that needs to be addressed, because that's a fact. I know you guys are doing it, whether he's guilty or not. I know you guys are out here saying these narratives, so we need to stop that, because that actually is having an impact on real men in the real world, going out and committing these kind of committing acts of violence against women and sexual assault against women. Like, this is actually happening in the real world because of these narratives being normalized.